God damn, another good one, man. Another good one. Isaac Chamberlain, Jack Massey. Um, Good money on Jack, man. Good money on Jack. Last minute replacement. I watched their little webcam. Fucking back and forth shit they did with each other. Jack feels like he has Isaac beat in every department. I feel like I agree. Um, Isaac, man, was on a crash course for Vidal Riley or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I I personally think Jack got this in the bag, man. Um, I feel Jack has this in the bag. Here's what we need to take into consideration, right, with this fight, because there's some money to be made here. Massey, Isaac Chamberlain, first of all, he fought Chris Billam-Smith. Chris Billam-Smith is fighting Richard Riakporhe, which is the main event on this card, right? Isaac, his last fight was his 12-round fight with Lawal. That shit was ass, all right? Let me just tell you, that shit was fucking ass. All the back and forth these dudes had, I thought that shit was gonna be good. That shit was ass. All right, Lawal had a case of AB syndrome. He didn't throw his fucking hands. And Mr. Isaac, I call him Smothers. All right, I just call him Mr. Smothers because he smothered all his work. He smothered all his work. He's just ass. Like, in my opinion, he's ass. I'm sorry. I feel like Isaac Chamberlain is ass. I watched the Dylan Bregion fight. That was a fight that, he was supposed to bounce back from the Billam-Smith loss and win in spectacular fashion. And he just was smothering his work. Fucking just feeling it a little too much. I wasn't impressed. I'm not impressed. I don't get excited to see him fight. That's just what it is. In the Chris Billam-Smith fight, he got his ass whooped. Jack has a few things in his favor. Jack won smack Massey, 21 wins, 12 knockouts. He's fought Joseph Parker, former world heavyweight champion. He's fought Richard Riakporhe, who's fighting Chris Billam-Smith in the main event on the card, and neither one of them dudes could stop Jack, right? I watched the Joseph Parker joint. Jack hit Parker in his temple, and Parker had noodle legs, man. It was in the first round. Duke right on the side of the head with a right hand, and you could see his legs buckle. Richard Riakporhe, that's a 12-round fight. That knockdown that they gave Richard, that shit was like a push for real. That shit wasn't really like a knockdown, in my opinion. And Jack withstood them punches all night. And Richard known for knocking shit out. And then, you look at Jack's other fights and, 4-round knockout, 3-round knockout, 2-round, second-round knockout. The Vaclav fight, man. That fight was crazy. The first round, Vaclav hit Jack. Boom! Fuck the shit up. Jack was in that bitch ready to go. He was ready to get knocked out, right? I'm looking at that shit like, man, Vaclav about to knock his ass out, right? Boom! Hit his ass, right? Jack fumble. Oof. Jack fumble, right? But he within that round, right, he getting his shit back together. He getting his shit back to get his mind right. And I wrote down on my notes and shit, but I'm going off the top right now. But in the second round, right? The second round, Jack come out. And Jack hit this motherfucker to the body so hard, dude. I had headphones on. I was listening to that shit. Jack hit that nigga to the body so hard. He said, I think it was like I don't know if it was a body shot and then it was right hand. If it was a right hand, he said, "Bow." Man, hit that motherfucker so hard, all you heard, bro, you can hear the shot, bro. Boom. Bro said, yo, the dude, he said, bro was in straight agony. Bro was in straight agony, bro. Pure agony, bro. Jack knocked his ass out to the body. Man, listen, man. Let me tell you like this. If Jack lands on Isaac, this shit could be over with. This shit could be over with. I'll put it to you like that. The only thing that concerns me, right, is the last minute replacement. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jack has some weeks, you know, to get ready for this. He said he was in the gym before. His weight wasn't a problem. He made weight. You know what I'm saying? He made weight fine. But preparation, man. Although he's a last minute replacement, his experience and his recent competition level suggests he could step up without much decline in his performance, but it's still a last minute replacement. How prepared are you, Jack? You know what I'm saying? How prepared are you? That shit may affect your conditioning, and it might affect your game plan, man. If you just go in there hoping you gonna land a shot, shit could get ugly. Cause this dude gonna lay on you, smother you, and I'm pretty sure Isaac ready to do that shit for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, because Jack fought, you know, big punches, Isaac got no chance of knocking him out. And because Isaac's not that great of a boxer, it ain't no chance he gonna pitch a shutout. So I'm thinking, you know, if Jack can do some damage, score a knockdown, but somehow his conditioning fails in the second half of the fight, you know, the second half of the fight, he's fucking tired, and it looks like, you know, Isaac is taking rounds back. Could there be a draw here? So listen, this is a tough one. This is one you're gonna want to bet live for sure. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna want to bet this. I feel like there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go wrong in this fight. And you know what? It shows, right? The odds show. Cause this is all plus money, right? There's a play you can make here. Even if you live betting this shit, if you watch, this is a fight you gotta watch a couple rounds. Maybe watch the first 4 rounds. You know what I'm saying? See how it goes. Because if one starts to swing this way, the other shit's gonna start. You know what I'm saying? The other shit's gonna start to increase. For example, you could rule out Chamberlain knockout right now. That plus 500, rule that shit out. All right, you working with Isaac decision, and there's some belts on the line here too. I believe some European titles or some shit like that. Yeah, the EBU European cruiserweight, which is a vacant belt, and the Commonwealth Boxing Council cruiserweight belt. Shit gonna get tricky if this shit get to the cards. I would say, right? I would say this. You get you a Jack Massey bet at plus money. And you get you a Chamberlain decision bet at plus money, right? Don't forget too, you got a lot of don't forget, you can live bet, you could round robin, you know what I'm saying? So you could take this information, you could round robin it, you know what I'm saying? If you know, and when I give y'all these picks, it's not to have y'all think how I think or whatever. It's just to give y'all my opinion, and then whatever you think, you know, you mix it in. So if you was thinking Jack decision and I'm thinking draw, we thinking distance. So fight to go to distance, that might be the bet for you. We can look at fight to go to distance. Let's see. Minus 330. That will probably be what you want to put on your parlay, right? You parlay fight to go the distance, and then you sprinkle Jack Massey by knockout. Cause I'm telling you, if he hit Isaac, it's over with. Isaac ain't knocking Jack out. Isaac ain't knocking Jack out unless he make him tired enough in this late ass rounds. But even still, that's the shit. That's where your live betting skills come in. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't got live bet, you need to get you a friend that do and send them the bread. Sometimes I just want to let y'all know I can be a good friend. You know? And people look out for me for being a good friend. You know what I mean? So, anyway, that's the play there, man. That's the play. Pay attention to this fight right here, cause you can get paid off this fight right here. I'm gonna get paid off this fight right here. Again, fight to go the distance, right? Covers you out the way, and you looking for the live bet on Jack by knockout. You looking for it because Jack said he gonna knock him spark out. So that's the play right there. You parlay the distance. Cause you don't want to take the over 10.5. That's minus 425. That shit ass. You know what I'm saying? That's ass. The distance is ass too. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna get tricky deciding a decision. Personally, you'll have to watch the fight to feel comfortable on who you picking to win the decision. You know what I mean? You'll know better. Like that's what I'm saying. If you try to do it right now, do it live, bro. Just do it live. You'll know who's winning the fight, and you can invest like that. But yeah, fight to go the distance. Massey by knockout. Side call. On to the next one.